So hey there guys, I suppose it's gonna be a little vlog type of video. Uh, we're gonna speak about a few topics. One of them you probably already know about because there's a name of this video. Ignore my voice because yeah, I'm still a bit ill, not yet recovered. So the video is gonna be split with like timestamps in the description and in the the bar with the moving bar of the video. So if you wanna some specific part, just go there and watch that part. So I'm starting with the main stuff. Yeah, the whole previous week I spent with my new friend, COVID-19. Uh, Definitely not the best friend in my life, though. But I wouldn't even say that he was the worst, to be honest. So yeah, thankfully in my case it was not a difficult case, and I'm gonna tell the story like how it happened. Because if you don't want to listen to it, just skip it. Because I feel like it may be interesting for some of you. Because well, that's a new thing, and and it's very different, every other person have different symptoms. Some like have like terrible symptoms, other have weird symptoms, other doesn't have anything. So yeah, and I'm gonna be explaining it with a little explanation of how the illness should work, how it may work and stuff. So let's start with how it probably should work, right? It gets in your body. It waits for some time. Mostly it takes it 5 days, but sometimes it might take up to like whole 2 weeks. And after 5 days, I mean, usually 5 days, it starts giving the symptoms. And what happens is that the viruses themselves, they start to reproduce. And how they do it, they like find your living cell, infect it with themselves, and it kind of like starts producing the viruses, right? And then it like explodes, and one virus transforms into like hundreds or maybe even thousands of them, maybe even more. I don't exactly know the numbers. So basically, one thing creates a lot of them, and a lot of them create like even more. So it's like exponential thing. And usually your body, when it feels that something's wrong, it starts killing those cells, infected cells, because it cannot attack the virus itself. It doesn't have the resources, the information for it. So it actually destroys your own cells. But by doing that, it stops the spread of infection. It basically it extinguished like a fire extinguisher. Like fire started like, and there's a little tiny fire here. You can probably deal with it, but you cannot. You're like not supposed, because you just don't know how to deal with that exact little fire. So that's how it should work. So your body for 5 days, it cannot do anything with it. It only can like try to stop this stupid fire here and there. And after 5 days, your immune system finally understands, like, okay, that's the cure. Now we have the antibodies or whatever they called. We're gonna use them and fight with virus bodies themselves, not with the cells. So yeah, and there are few outcomes. If the virus is in your body, it started spreading. Of course, it will have um, a little initiative in that, because your body is like, okay, it's nothing, but then like boom, 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 it spreads very fast. So what I wanted to say is that your body will either react to it normally, so it solved the problem, it instantly killed all the cells that were infected, and the virus is like, God damn it, what should I do now? And it goes down. I mean, some bodies, they're like everywhere, but it goes down and down and down. And it starts doing its thing here, here, and here. And your body should probably do exactly like it did in the first place. Like hit it here, here, and here. But sometimes some immune systems, they're not fast enough, they're not fast enough, and when they start dealing with the fire, everything is on fire now, and they're like starts a crazy fighting. That's why some people have crazy high fevers and like temperatures over the top, because their body kind of slept over the invasion. And the worst part, the worst outcome, is when your body reacts not just slow, but also too extreme. It doesn't know where's the virus. It know it's somewhere there. It doesn't know, is this cell infected or this cell. Like, fuck it, destroy everything. And this is the worst part, because if it happens in your lungs, it actually destroys so much tissue there that like your normal bacteria, like, okay, wow, we have like X is there now, we can live there now, and they start the pneumonia, the bacterial one. So that's the three usual different approaches, and the third one means probably that you're gonna get into hospital in the end. While the second one, I mean, it's like middle. And the first one is basically the best one. I'm sorry, man, my face is like already red. So in my case, thankfully, it was mostly the first way of experiencing that issue. So 7 days ago, it was Monday, previous week. I was sleeping early morning. I was sleeping, and I felt like there's something in my, the place, like higher throat. Shit, I'm gonna be coughing a lot. Sorry, it's still going on. It started in the higher throat, like if you're gonna open your mouth, right, and you're gonna see like a dingle bongle thingy, and upper than that, there's like upper throat, and most of my flu-like diseases, they start there for some reason, and it was hurting like more and more and more, and I felt like, okay, seems like I'm gonna get ill closer to the morning. But I kept sleeping, and yeah, when I awoke, and like, whoa, it was like a little piece of rock, a fiery rock in there. Shit, what's up with the coughing? It was very painful. One sec. Oh yeah, my body definitely doesn't like to speak a lot. I spent like few minutes coughing. So it started there. It was very painful, and I feel like, man, I should have a high temperature now. I checked the temperature, and nope, it's like lower than normal. It's 36.3 or something. I don't know like what measures in like other countries, but 36.6 Celsius mean like good. 37 and higher means something not right. You have temperature, high temperature. 39 is like very, very high temperature, serious temperature. And like 42 is deadly. You're like basically gonna boil to death. So yeah, everything that is 38.5 and higher means not a good temperature. Probably should like take some medicine to lower it at least a bit. So yeah, and I had like lower than normal, but it felt like I have temperature. It felt like I was ill. And the window is just super hot here, so I opened the window. It felt like I was ill, but it was strange because it was super painful. The nose started, like it didn't like run like it's going with flu. It kind of like swollen. Oh, I'm sorry, swollen inside. So I couldn't breathe normally, and yeah, that was the whole day. I like wrote on my work and said like, okay, guys, I'm gonna be ill for some time. I uploaded the last video and said like I'm ill as well. And yeah, I started just being in the bed watching TV. I mean, I was super sleepy, so it was like I was kind of in a sleep for a few hours. Then I checked my temperature; it was 37.5 already, so it's getting raising higher and higher. Then after a few hours, it was already 38, and then 38.5, 38.78, so it was like going up and upper and upper. And it felt so bad. I mean, I had high temperatures. I had like 40 degrees Celsius in my life once because I had like issues with my ears, and yeah, I had super high temperatures. But this temperature felt worse because it wasn't not like it felt like I was actually intoxicated or whatever, like a very weird feeling. I was like super weak. I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to eat nothing. I was just lying there like suffering. But I kind of understand this is the first day of illness. Fucking people with rocket cars out there. Um, and yeah, I spent basically half of a day. Closer to the evening, I was like, man, my head hurts and like the temperature is really high. I took a little pill to lower the temperature and help with my head hurting, and it helped a bit. Then I somehow drank some tea, and yeah. So the first day was really bad, but it was mostly very serious pain in my throat, higher throat, and temperature, high temperature. And weakness, really serious weakness. When I got up from the bed, I was like a zombie, moving like that. Ooh. So yeah, in the night I even and then the temperature got lower. But during the high temperature, even though when it was going lower, I tried to sleep somehow. I closed my eyes, and it was so weird, people. It's I was kind of lost in as soon as I close my eyes, I'm lost. You're like feeling yourself here in your body, in your head. But as soon as I closed my eyes, I was like nowhere. I didn't know where my mind is. It's like not in my body. It's such a weird feeling. I was trying mentally to find some place. It was like, yeah, it was glitchy, really glitchy. But I had some glitches during the temperature previously when I was a kid, but it was, as I've said, it was like 40 degrees, and it was a bit different, not like this. So that was weird. But anyways, I got through that day, and during the night the temperature got lower, and I ate a bit, and I felt like okay, I'm good. I'm getting better. I had smelling, like you could have smelled everything, just a normal disease that looked like it. And the next day, I like, okay, feels pretty good. I mean, the throat still pains, the nose is still swollen a bit, but the temperature is no more. Literally, no more temperature. Like 36.6, the like healthiest person in the world. And I was like, whoa, that was weird. What was that? That's unnatural, that's unusual, because usually I have like at least 3-4 days of being with temperature like going like up and slowly down, right? But here it was different. It was like spike and going down. And I was like, okay, pretty good. But then I noticed one weird thing. I couldn't smell. I could not smell, people. I used toilet paper to clean my nose previously, and it's like with some smell, some stupid lavender or whatever smell, and I always felt it, but now I didn't feel it. What the fuck? Then I went to the kitchen because I mean I was feeling good. I was feeling almost like I'm feeling now. Some symptoms and throat getting lower, not that painful. And I went to the kitchen. I'm opening my green tea with the jasmine, a super super good smelling thing, and I'm like, I smell nothing. And I'm like, oh shit! And I know that's a symptom of a COVID. But then I like ran towards the hugest jar of coffee that I have, like open it, like, Yeah, I kind of can smell a bit. It is coffee. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm like, okay, okay. No, it's not. I have smell. So okay. Little I know at this moment, Now when I try to open this jar, I'm like, you cannot smell it because it's so powerful. But at that moment, I was like with my head in the thing, like, yeah, slightly have some coffee notes. So yeah, it's not like you completely lose your smell. You still can smell something that is like strong smell. I could have smelled my curry sauce with like some pineapples or whatever, and ajika. It's a Caucasian sauce, super super spicy one, and man, it was so good all those days. I couldn't smell nothing except for these three things, and I was constantly going, like, yeah, that's the smell. Yeah, that's the smell. I like, yeah. So it was kind of funny, but actually, yeah, I lost all the smell, and I still could taste food. I mean, I could differentiate sweet from salty and stuff, but it was. I mean, it was basically the same with other diseases as well, because your nose is not closed, but I never lost smelling sense like that much. So yeah, that was the second noticeable symptom, and then I started not coughing, but like doing the thing, and I felt like it's getting better, so it's like productive. And I said like, okay, probably gonna be fine. I spent the day here already, not in the bed, and closer to the evening, I'm checking my temperature, and it's like 38 again, and I feel it, and like thing going more and more and more, I started getting dizzy as well. There was a very not good feeling. It was like kind of like in a panicking state. I felt like, man, getting worse, really getting worse. So even though I could breathe normally, it felt like I have not enough oxygen or whatnot. So the temperature raised, and I was like so shocked and panicked because that disease, that COVID thing, actually hurts your nerve system, like psychosomatic. It really pushes you towards the low ground. You're like, I'm like, you always feel uneasy with it. At least in my case. I had to take some little relaxation pills because yeah. Oh, yeah, the heartbeat, people. The heartbeat always was very very high. I'm usually having 60 beats per minute, like pretty low heartbeat, but with that thing, like few days it was like up to 100, I suppose, because it was like dancing like crazy. That is also a very noticeable symptom I had few days in a row. Thankfully, I didn't feel it, but it's still when you it kind of makes your body go faster and like you need to breathe more and but you're doing your normal stuff and it's not you feel unnatural because of that. So yeah, I was like super scared going sleeping, but still in 4 hours or so of temperature, it gone down again, and I felt good again. I mean, not good, but normal, pretty normal. The next day came and I started coughing. Like seriously, coughing. The thing didn't work anymore. I needed to cough. It was like half productive, half wet, half dry cough. But it was long and serious one. Um, and my throat pain got back by the way. Not as strong, but still it got back. And again, during the day, I have no temperature or very, very low temperature, but at some point closer to the evening, the temperature going up, my coughing completely gone for some reason, but now I have temperature. It felt like I'm a Christmas tree with those lights. They're like lights here, here, here. You have symptom, it disappears. Another symptom, previous symptom. this like the temperature going crazy like this, the symptoms appearing or disappearing. That was a very very weird thing. What kept always as it was on the first day, that was basically the smelling issue, the nose swollen issue, and heartbeat going like dun 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 dun. And that was the third day. I started coughing and like everything. The fourth day, basically the same thing. Again, it goes up and down one or the other. The coughing started appearing differently. It disappeared, but then it appeared like crazy again. And then my lower throat started hurting. It's still hurting, by the way. So that disease were just like running there like crazy. It felt like, when there's a flu or like other seasonal disease, respiratory virus, it goes like that, like rip, and goes slower, as I've said before. But this thing was like was doing whatever it wanted. So in the first case, it was like war inside your body with your immune system and the virus, and like going winning, constantly winning. But here it was like guerrilla wars inside there, Oh, you won here, we're gonna go run here and do something here. Oh, you won here, we're gonna run here and go back here again. It was like this type of a thing. And as I've said previously, on the fifth day, it's the day when your immune system finally gets the cure, the actual cells that can kill the viruses. Not cells, but you know what I mean. And on the fifth day, finally, I started feeling relief. I started that symptoms are started going away. My smelling got started getting back. Oh, and also there was few other symptoms I kind of forgot to mention. I had pains in my joints, not strong and not always, but sometimes, and it was weird because I never had those. And I had some little issues with my stomach as well. And it's pretty good, by the way, because you don't have smelling and you have like issues with the stomach, and you're sitting there doing your stuff, and man, it feels good. Smell nothing. Um, so yeah. And now, yeah, a few days are passed. I have coughing. It's not like it's going anywhere. Suppose it's getting a little easier or not. I'm not sure. Nose is basically almost okay, but still not completely because you can hear the voice. The temperature is mostly gone. I'd say it's like even lower than normal. By the way, I never took any medicine. The only cure I had is warm tea, food, and vitamin C. Vitamin C. That's all. Because your immune system have to deal with everything by itself. It's its job to deal with everything. So, in my opinion, it's better not to use anything if it's not needed. Because some diseases, they're like, yeah, they have to be cured, or at some point, or like completely, or semi completely. And in this case, I feel like no treatment needed, and it went pretty easy. And that's how basically my illness went. It was really fun, right? If I didn't write it though, but at least I dealt with it, so my body knows what's the thing, what's the virus now. It's gonna be able to deal with them much faster, because when your body first encounters some disease, it have to find the cure, and after that, it's like have it in its library. Oh, that's that thing. One sec. Oh, yeah, use the fire extinguisher or something. So yeah, I'm still recovering. Basically, I feel okay, but I still am not going anywhere because I can cough on other people, and they're gonna be doing the same thing all over again. So yeah, I'm here doing nothing, watching stupid shit. Watched all the Among Us videos in the world. Awesome new game, really enjoyed. It's not even new, but anyways, I finally had time to relax, not doing videos, not doing anything, because I don't like playing games when I feel bad. So yeah, I mean, I probably wanted to speak even more, but since I'm not doing scripts or something, I probably missed everything. But maybe I'm gonna add something. But anyways, what I also want to say about the virus is my opinion on the whole situation with it. Because to be honest, it's a very difficult case. It's not like just with COVID, but with any other diseases. Um, there is a law of nature, right? There's evolution. There are like finest should survive and finest and strongest, right? That's how evolution works. That's why animals and other species survive, because the best of the best give their genes to their children, and their children are even stronger than their parents were before, right? That's how nature should work, and that's how it works. But we as a human beings, we really, really, really like to break nature laws because we really, really, really like to live. You know, I'm not saying like everyone should die now. No, but if we're gonna try to save people who are like with the vaccines and stuff, like very weak people. That's like with any other disease. They're gonna give their children their genes, and their children gonna get weaker and weaker and weaker. And at some point, we're gonna be like completely medicine dependent. We're gonna be having like dozens of vaccines each month just to survive. Because if we're not gonna do it, we're gonna be dying because we're not adapted to that, to live in the world. Of course, there are gonna be some people who have genes of strong people who had no issues with the disease. So this is a very difficult situation. I don't know how to handle that, but by like doing that, by trying to save everyone who's not supposed to be saved in this situation, this is good, of course, in terms of like helping a human, but this is bad in terms of a future of humanity. It reminds me of my girl Talizora Narraya from Mass Effect series. It's a great game, a great space science fiction. Talizora Narraya, or also known as Talizora Vas Nima or Talizora Vas Normandy, depending on a period of time. She's a Quarian. Quarian is a race that were living on a planet. They had their own beautiful planet. But then something went wrong, not gonna go into details, and they were forced to sit on their like huge ships and fly into space. And they were flying there like many thousand years, you know. And by spending that time in that ship, this closed systems with bacteria and antibacteria and virus measures, like absolutely clean space, generation after generation after generation, they lost all their immunity completely, almost completely. So they now forced to live in their own scaphandra or whatever they like, own suits. Because if they're like somewhere outside of the ship, and if some other form of life appears, for it it's okay, it's living with this little bacteria is okay, we're like that's normal. But for them, we're like, oh my god, if they're gonna have a little hole in their suit, they're gonna have like dozens of diseases and probably die horribly. And that's the way we're probably going. Humans are always trying. It's not like other creatures, they adapt to nature. But humans, they really want to adapt nature to them. And that's what we're doing. We're like building houses, um, using like everything we could. So this is no good. This is no good. The disease, this virus issue, this virus is not as scary as it probably shown, but it is not. In any case, it's not weak as well. In my case, it went much easier than like flu, normal flu, because flu is like 4 days you're like a dead man. After that, you're kind of getting better. But with that thing, it was like, but other people they might take it. Oh shit! I have. Where is that? Oh man, I have like. There is a little thing here. Got it. So yeah, we were speaking serious pigs there. Anyways, so in the end, don't be afraid of that disease, but take it really, really seriously. That's what I'd like to say, because everyone is different. Everyone can have different symptoms, and yeah, just be responsible. Wash your hands. If you're asked to wear a mask, then wear a mask or whatnot, because who knows. Um, what's gonna happen. If it's not gonna help you, it may be gonna help someone else, right? So yeah. But in any case, I suppose we're all gonna have to at some point get ill with it, because that's how immunity system works. We have to deal with it ourselves without the help of medicine, because medicine is a great money maker. People are always suffering from diseases and dying, and medicine is here to help us. Yes, of course. Give me money, I give help. You know. Um, so now about the upcoming videos, I still have to watch 2 episodes of Steins Gate, and I will watch them. But as you might notice, I cough pretty often still, and my nose is not yet completely fixed. Um, so I'd like to all those symptoms to go away, and then after that I will complete Steins Gate. So unfortunately, I have to wait a bit. I don't know how long, because this disease is like a very, very funny one. It can do very unpredictable things. But I hope we're getting. I'm getting better, and I'm gonna be able to watch the episodes soon. So stay tuned. Ned, I cannot even speak, people. Stay tuned. Have great health. Be responsible. Stay strong. See you. Bye bye.